crime gonna get solved? Punishments. Who stole all the flowers? We're gonna find out. Together.
What are we doing, Holmes?
Let us find someone who could help us.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favor for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens. And that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants.
Ooh.
We presented them at our last exhibition.
Rare and
We haven't
exceptional
removed
plants.
the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house.
Yeah, they
We
stole
only
plants.
learned of
Gotta
their
send them to the
disappearance the evening
gallows.
after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
3 suspects.
Here it is. This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
Oh dear.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was
My
my father.
daddy.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here.
A
near the
heart
doors of the
attack.
perennial collection. He suffered a heart attack.
Poison.
Just like that.
Yes.
So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Murder most foul.
Back to it.
Murder.
The plants were here. All of them were
My
stolen.
favorite thing.
Do not touch.
Who stole the plants? The murderer.
I remember this being my favorite of the whole game.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Got a list of plants.
I also
What?
remember this being a pretty large map. There are, I want to say, several sections to this facility.
One of the plants. Oh, weird. It was a poisonous.
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
A poisonous poison plant. Who could have
The
foreseen?
traces are thinner in some places. These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Yes.
The door was smashed at shoulder height. This door handle is new. It was recently changed. Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
A flower pot of
The
death.
soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground. Fragments
course.
The esconson was breached. near the
That's what
handle.
that's called.
The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle
Oh, an
was changed
esconson.
afterwards.
I think we need to inspect
It's an
the
SAT
colonial
word
collection.
choice right
You
there.
ever been to Wisconsin? It's it's pretty cold there.
Very
I
strange.
only traveled through it.
Half of the Colonial Collection is absent. These windows were perfectly cleaned.
Cleaned windows, you say?
The smell is strong. It is a detergent. This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow.
A heavy blow, you say?
A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Yes, your father. He suffered a horrible heart attack after someone bludgeoned him over the head with a marble
This is
bus.
one of the outlets of the ventilation
Would you like me
system.
to describe it in greater detail?
Would you like me to describe? Yes.
How you doing? Still sick?
Less sick today. That's why I felt good enough to do a stream.
Good to hear it.
Now, we'll see how oh,
This pot was broken fairly recently.
pot.
A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
Sorry, I'm looking up Wisconsin right now. A jam shaft in the inside arris of a window jam.
Of course.
It's a very British sentence.
These plants come from all the territories of the British Empire.
British India, Singapore, yes.
Ah, yes, the
Australia.
colonies.
Australia, cactuses.
Remember when we owned the world, Watson?
Yes. We still do, Holmes. It's 1894.
Oh, right.
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it.
Like a body.
Blood. Someone fell violently against
Hope
this
it's
sign,
not Chris's
and they were
blood.
injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination. To make
Imagination?
sense of it all.
Time to get the old neurons
okay,
firing.
I see. So,
Oh,
If-
jeez.
if we say breaking the door, knocking over the pot, falling on the fence.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident or a murder?
It's
then,
a murder.
I wonder.
Can't trick me, video game. It's a murder.
But what if it was an accident?
No, it's a murder.
What if nobody's at fault?
Impossible. Someone
Aw,
has to
man.
be at fault. How else would they be punished?
You get to perform an autopsy. I didn't remember that.
Gotta autopsy this body.
Holmes, I think you're supposed to wear sterile gloves.
According to this,
Just wanna
they
get my
have
hands
light
in there.
and moisture control in some parts of the building.
Oh.
Water lily greenhouse. According to this,
Yes. What could be in here? Nothing that it will let me interact with yet.
For some reason, this is giving me major
Can I help you,
end of
gentlemen?
Parasite Eve 2 vibes.
What if society's at fault? Yeah. Alright, look at this guy. Once again, this guy has definitely smoked some weed. Oh. He's consumed by grief, excuse me. He cut himself shaving, so you know he's a boy. And he has clean hands, so you know he's a shitty gardener.
I haven't cut myself shaving in years, but then again, I don't think I've actually given myself a clean shave in like...
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time
9
only.
months?
For I'm also studying botany at the University
I'm
of London.
studying botany.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then. That is
Yes, he's
commendable.
smoking the reefer.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Yes, Mr. Dunn, after you murdered your father and stole all the plants, you thought to cover it up with your own grief. But I have seen your... What? No, this is a horrible mistake. Take him away, Lestrade.
Patricide.
Yeah.
Good job, Holmes.
Good job, Holmes. Did it.
Oh, I still can't help but think about that poor guy you convinced murdered a man.
Yep.
Just...
I did?
Oh my god. I killed him?
Yeah, this guy has extremely thick glasses. Dirty collar. Unmarried. Gardener hands.
Send him to the gallows.
That's a murderer right there.
Albert told us about the tragic death of Mr. Dunn, the late director of Kew Gardens.
Tragic indeed. His heart attack was quite unexpected.
Oh wow, I can't believe you murdered him.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Uh-huh. His death was quite unexpected when I murdered him.
Colonial Collection. Water Lily Greenhouse. Harm House. Director's Office, Cloakroom, and Laboratory.
Oh wow.
Nursery.
There's a lot of...
Dry Tropics.
Oh yeah, it's a big environment.
Seed House. Ventilations.
Ventilation system is marked. They put poison in the vents. I solved the crime.
Locked.
Oh, I can't break into his office yet.
Locked. Locked.
Won't let me into the plant nursery. That means murder. What occurred there?
Locked. Nursery. Seed. Locked.
A
Trying to
seed house
think.
was an old-timey British term for a sperm
There
bank.
is a smell of burning.
Burning?
I'm trying to think, has this game been like saving the correct evidence for later? I can't remember. Or have there been cases of like the correct evidence being put out first and just adding red herrings along the way?
I'm trying to think, and most of the time I feel like,
The symbol is not from Kew Gardens.
oh, they stole Japanese pottery.
The remains of a picture frame.
Oh, I feel like the
A broom handle
like
was
the
half
second
burnt.
case.
The second case, yeah.
The plants were
You
set
could
alight
you could
fairly
figure out it was
recently.
drowning pretty quickly.
Yeah.
A protective mask. Someone set it alight, but it did not burn. A door handle? Why would anyone throw such a thing in the fire? The door handle to the Colonial Collection and that of the fireplace are made of the same material.
A door handle, you say?
I love how the door handle is going to be the murder weapon. Definitely.
That remains to be seen, Holmes.
Murder.
Is that the murder right here?
Yeah, it is the murderer.
A ventilation system. It should regulate the temperature of the
top
staff
hat.
building.
You kids today with your adventure games, you get to put on top hats. The rest of us didn't have any top hats in our
Yeah, well, yeah, in 1182 BC, the only real top
6
hat.
BC.
The only real top
Right.
hat
You
is
kids
the
today don't
ability
know your
to,
timelines and your BCs versus your ADs, or I'm sorry, what you kids call it? CEs and BCEs.
before the Common Era. Yeah.
Still all about Jesus.
What is this accent?
I don't know.
Hey, you two are not the ones to judge bad accents while role playing.
I like.
What accent have I done?
You just do your voice. That's the problem.
I do a higher pitched
Right.
version of it.
You don't have to do a silly voice if you don't want to.
I do all the silly
These
voices.
flower pots are beautiful. They are intended to be used
Raiden's
for
heard my
exhibition
Baptist
purposes.
priest voice.
The
I
symbol
feel like
is
you're halfway to
not
being
from
Foghorn
Kew
Leghorn.
Can't believe-
I say it
Mysterious
again.
stolen
This
plants.
anime stuff is garbage. It's garbage, I tell you.
Anime.
Anime is garbage.
So I did watch all of
I'm
that.
saying it right now. I'll put my foot right here. Put it right here. Anime is garbage.
Okay.
Just trying to think about what the Chicken Hawk's response to that would be. I can't think of them.
dry tropics.
I finished watching that video about,
According-
like, why did people like Elfin Lead? In their...
People wanted to see blood and guts, and
On a
they
naked
didn't
lady?
get it, and that was good enough. And
I mean,
there
part
was
of
a
it is
naked
also
lady
just
on the
like,
cover.
hey, it spoke to emo kids who were into
It was
anime.
also sold like a motherfucker on at Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Hot Topic and Suncoast sold
very
those
much
DVDs.
just like, hey, it was crazy transgressive media that people hadn't seen.
Yeah, you know, and
Yeah.
also like, I'm okay with transgressive media.
Yeah, so it's worth watching.
No, it's the reefer.
Yeah, it's the reefer. That's what caused the murders.
So was Colonel Mustard in the observatory with the candlestick? I'm good
According-
at this game.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's
How's
see.
everybody doing?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can go do your autopsy.
I beat one of the major bosses in Elden Ring.
You get beat Margaret?
I beat Margaret in like the
Plug my
second.
ears for this.
Yeah.
You and your modern video games.
I pre-ordered the Chaos game.
Oh, wouldn't it be funny if Gino enjoys that game and talks about how it was a good Souls
Poisonous
experience?
plants, you say?
That is
Anybody play Vampire Survivors? It's pretty good.
Yeah. Vampire Survivors is a good brain-off game.
It's what we call a guilty pleasure.
I wouldn't go that far. I just think
Looks
it's
like
a
shit,
good
and
term
it
brain-off
plays
game.
like shit. Yeah, I think it's like Fortnite. It's a Fortnite game.
No.
What does that even mean?
What does that even mean?
It means you play it, and if good things happen, hooray. If not, you just play another game and you move on. You don't give a shit.
Isn't that
I can
literally every run-based game?
consistently-
No. Well, yeah. I mean, I think that run-based games have that flaw intrinsic to what they are.
Some of these plants are poisonous. Plants should react.
The killer.
Oh, look.
You know,
Flora
you
diabolica.
joke, but were you aware that tuberculosis
Here it is.
is the leading disease and viral cause of death in the world? Primarily in Africa, tuberculosis has overtaken AIDS and HIV as the leading cause of postnatal and post-childhood death.
Oh.
You're investigating murders. How is that considered awkward?
Oh wait, what trophy did you take from that lady's mansion?
Oh, let's find out.
Gotta find out.
I believe it was...
Steal her silverware?
Yeah, we stole her silverware. Alright, gotta find the symbol of the broken pot. It's from Japan.
The Orient Holmes.
Yes, the Orient.
I played a
That
bit
is
of
not
the Chimera Squad.
That-
Yeah?
That game,
That game
I really wish those
was
fights lasted longer.
What was it? Like $10?
At launch it was still buggy, which was weird.
Oh yeah, no, it
For
launched
Axis.
super hot.
That's
And
the weird thing. Until I want to say XCOM 2, Firaxis actually had a pretty sealed tight reputation of at least launching games other than multiplayer. Because I can talk to you about Civilization 3's multiplayer being busted at launch, but I mean, like, weird glitches. Like, obviously, like the most notorious one is Gandhi's a warlord. But in general, like, yeah, Firaxis is weird.
I thought the Gandhi always nuking people or threatening to nuke people was just the idea that he's trying to make peace, and so he just uses nuclear.
No, so
Deterrent.
and Sid Meier says no, not apocryphal, totally true. Is they tried to set in Civilization 1, they set Gandhi's aggression variable to -1, and they didn't realize that the code that they made didn't detect negatives. And so it carried over and was set to 11, and so Gandhi in the original Civilization was the most aggressive leader in the entire game.
Listen, he hasn't eaten in a while. He's fucking angry.
And so ever since then, this has led to weird discussions but I want Gandhi to be Gandhi, but Gandhi is always either the most or the
Here it
second
is.
most aggressive leader in any Civilization game.
The Divine
at launch.
Syndicate is not a supplier to Q
And it's led to a lot of people needing to
Besides,
mod
there
his
is no
behavior
address
for
here.
him to actually be really Gandhi.
okay, apparently I found a symbol for some sort of weird cult.
Cult at the Botanical Gardens.
Yeah.
Intriguing.
That is not.
Oh, yes.
Here it is.
Yes, it's a weed cult. Finally. Time to examine the body.
Okay.
But hey,
do it.
someone murdered this guy with spores from a poisonous plant. Who could have foreseen such a thing?
Braden, have
I
you
asked
officially
Inspector
started playing?
Lestrade
Have you
to
reached
take
the point
Montague
where
Dunn's
you've now
body
played
to
more
Scotland
Elden
Yard.
Ring than Warhammer 3?
It's ready for autopsy.
Let me check my Steam library.
No, don't keep playing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Don't betray your
Elden Ring,
audience.
I have played for 40 hours. Warhammer, I have played for 38 hours. So yes.
It's ready.
The times they are changing.
Hey, once they put out
Once they put in Chaos Dwarfs, you're back in.
once they put out
This what?
you know, a couple patches.
Once they
A
fix all of
membership
this
card for the
Rift
London-
bullshit that's absolutely fucking unplayable
A
in
beautiful
time.
No. Oh.
Private club, you say?
Private club? A secret flower cult, you say? Yeah, no, yeah, it needs a couple patches. It launched. And also, I think the Realm of Chaos
I
campaign
think the whole
is...
Chaos
First of all,
Rift situation
let us carry
is
out an external
untenable.
examination.
I
There are no
I get
suspicious
more and more
marks upon
angry
the
every
chest.
time I play as a non-Chaos faction whenever I have to deal with a Chaos
There
Rift.
is an injury to the skull.
And it's just spawning
most
infinite
probably
bullshit.
caused by the fall
you can,
in the
I mean,
water
you
lily
can
greenhouse.
close the rifts.
You can.
You just need
Kinda
to
don't
keep a
want
bunch
to.
of agents around or an army.
Yeah,
The
and that's just
vessels
fiddly and
and the
annoying.
pupil of the eye appear
mean,
quite normal.
It's funny because when
air from
we
the
did that
lungs
stream
carries a
ages ago, I
faint
said they have to
floral
make
aroma.
chaos corruption potent and
did.
like actually consequential to non-chaos factions. Boy, howdy, they did it. They just the pendulum swung too far to the
No
right.
redness, sting.
Hey, Arbitrary, did he just smell this corpse's breath?
Yeah,
Nothing suspicious here.
Okay.
yeah, I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Now,
Just
let us
noting
examine
that.
the internal
Let us
else
examine
can
the
you
internal organs.
What else can you smell? Get a good whiff.
Yes.
Oh
The
wow.
heart's blood vessels show no
okay.
pathological signs.
The cleanest organs.
The heart tissue shows no visible
It
pathological
wasn't a heart
signs.
attack.
I guess they desanguinated him first.
The lungs are congested and edematous.
Odematous, of course. That's a word.
The tissue on the inferior lobe of the right lung is damaged.
He was
most
poisoned.
probably caused by toxins from an unknown plant. The liver is enlarged. It would seem that he was
Yeah,
suffering
just put it
from
in there. That's how
alcohol
organs
addiction.
work.
Don't touch his sides.
This is just Surgeon Simulator.
The liver tissue is brown. There are
No.
no visible pathological signs.
Yeah, Scruff McGruff gonna burst through the door and tell me how weed is a
The
fucking
stomach
gateway drug
tissues
to
show no
heroin.
visible
Yes.
pathological signs. There is a small amount of content. It appears that he breakfasted lightly, only a short while
It's
before his
weed.
death.
Yep. He did the weed.
My suspicions have been substantiated. Montague Dunn, the director of Kew Gardens, died from poisoning. Plant poisoning, to be more exact.
You mean
Yes.
Murder.
It is murder.
we should inform Lestrade?
Yes, but do remember, Watson, that I discovered the murder. The challenge is mine.
The challenge, Holmes?
We need to locate that deadly plant. Such a perfect murder.
Fuck jurisdiction,
appeals
I'm
to
Sherlock Holmes.
Murder of any kind appeals to you. Is that all we need to do?
No. We also have the people working at Kew Gardens. Martin Hamish and the son of the victim, Albert Dunn.
And also Miss White, of whom we spoke with Mr. Hamish. Should we bring them all here for interrogation?
No. A few innocuous questions at Kew will suffice, as well as a discreet delve into their personal affairs. Yes, Watson. It is time now to open the doors.
Even those in the staff building. I suppose that is necessary.
We should also be concerned with the victim himself. After all, we don't know very much about
It's because
Montague
he worshipped the
Dunn.
plants.
You're enjoying this already, aren't you?
More than a little.
Oh, I love this. Watson's just being like, you're horny for investigating murder.
I question my relationship with you, Holmes.
And Holmes is like, I'm extremely horny for investigating murder, Watson. So that's one potential.
I'm getting a sports ad.
Is it for sports betting
no,
or is
wait.
it for actual
Locked.
sports?
It's for crypto endorsed by soccer players.
I love Cristiano Ronaldo. Is it? I don't
No,
know.
Getting
French
ad about
players.
the Halo Infinite nail polish. It's very relevant to me.
I love Halo Infinite nail polish.
And now I'm getting Army Automotive Insurance.
See, I just got when I was watching the wrap-up stream for Lunar last night. I just got a bunch of ads for Sonic Drive-In.
Is that better or worse than the outtakes for Lunar?
Did you see the documentary for that game? They did a behind the scenes.
Oh,
we're
that's
making
right.
the
Yeah,
game,
they
we'll
always
talk
have
about
all
it.
the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Is that just the making of CD?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Yahtzee said that apparently Galleon, during his choking scene, was purposefully, like, drinking milk to actually
Yes.
choke.
Mr. Hamish,
method
can
acting.
you explain
It's a
to us
thing.
what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
But, most
Fortune
likely
favors the
maintenance
brave,
work,
Holmes.
tidying up.
By Crypto Holmes.
You're not
Definitely
sure, then?
murder.
But you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
Wow, you're the fucking worst at lying.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better. You see, every Tuesday
I
he would
fucking
carry out his
hated
inspection
him
of the garden.
and wished he was
but it was
dead.
solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's
While you
opinion.
stream, and
He would then
I look
disappear
forward
for
to
the rest of the week.
using it.
He was what some might call a man of action.
Okay.
I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after
I
all,
also,
it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that.
Tested some
if you take
some
into
N64
consideration his
games,
kind of lifestyle.
Ooh, which?
And boy, Quest 64.
Oh, you should play the Game Boy Color remake.
You
of
mentioned
Quest
that
64,
Mr. Dunn
Brian's
led
Journey.
a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed.
Did he want the
celebrating,
complete Quest
shall we say?
experience?
He was a member of the London Smart Set.
I think I'm
He
fine.
was famous for it. That and
The whole
And
He had
kind
an
of
eye
it
for the
uses the
ladies,
Final
to put it
Fantasy
mildly,
VIII
Mr.
drawing
Holmes.
mechanic, but earlier prototype version, because you have
Mr.
to kind
Hamish,
of absorb
can you tell
powers
us
and
who
elemental
holds the
affinities.
keys to the locked greenhouses?
But don't you
Boy,
want the
that
whole
would be
story?
Albert, Mr. Dunn's son.
Quest 64
Yes,
is
Albert
fucking
keeps all the keys,
slow.
and one can only imagine why.
The thing I
What
got
do you
from
mean?
playing that game for 20
Well, he was
minutes
never
just to make
interested in
sure
Kew Gardens
Project
before.
64 works
And now all of a sudden he's trying to act as if he owns the place.
was...
I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience.
This
No,
young
none at all.
upstart is...
Doesn't all look bad. This guy's a fucking murderer.
Surely he is the murderer.
This guy is like the... This guy is... It's gonna be the third person, it's gonna be Miss White, but this guy is 100% giving off big murder energy.
Maybe it's all of them.
But yeah, no, Quest 64 is...
What is your opinion of Albert
Slow?
as a student
Like,
of botany?
the idea that
Useless.
that
I often
was
tell him so,
the
and
only
I can
thing
only
you
give him
had
cleaning
for the
tasks.
console.
Botany is not his life's
Why were you
work.
playing it anyway?
And his father well
We're
knew it.
doing
He was
we
furious
after we
about it.
did Ogre Battle
was.
64. We decided
Yes.
let's
He
play
forced
every
his son to
60
work here,
and
and
64.
he never missed an opportunity to
significant
criticize
RPG.
him publicly.
Can't wait until you play Aiden
Are you able
Chronicles.
to elaborate
Yeah, we got
on
that
that?
on the list.
Well,
and Hybrid have
for
it.
example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had
Aiden
Albert make a
Chronicles just looks
presentation
bad.
speech.
It is.
But then, while the lad was
It just
speaking,
is.
Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him,
Shit,
Mr.
dog.
Holmes.
Even the
That must have
Dreamcast
been
has a better
terribly
catalog of
humiliating.
RPGs than.
Yes,
No, the
he was
Dreamcast has
crushed
Skies of
and had to leave.
Arcadia.
Everybody
Guys
was
were
making
kidding.
fun of
Grandia
him.
2.
That is,
And Grandia
except
2.
for Miss Margaret White,
And
who was
Soul
such a
Calibur
nice
Quest
lady
mode.
who always takes pity on Albert.
Soul Blade, you mean?
Soul Calibur.
Basically,
No,
Soul
the
Calibur.
precursor.
You
to Soul
mentioned a
Calibur.
Miss
Soul
White.
Blade was a
Would you tell
PS1
us
game.
more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time.
What am I thinking of?
She is quite charming indeed.
Soul Calibur.
She possesses
The
a great
first one.
talent for botany.
No.
You should take a look at some of her
I'll take
experiments
your word for
that
it.
she carried out in the laboratory. Ah,
Power Stone's
If only she
basically an
weren't so
RPG.
naive.
No.
Why naive?
You've got
The way
gems
she used
and
to
the numbers
flutter
go up
around
when you
Mr.
equip the
Montague
gems.
It's
He also had
Smash
Fantasy
Bros.
Star Online.
Why, he couldn't help but be flattered by all her
Yeah,
I don't
you
want to
got
play Fantasy
you
Star
got Fantasy
Online.
Star
intelligent
Online.
woman such as Miss
No,
White
but
not
only
to
if
You
you
don't
play
need to
through
play
alt
Fan-
mode.
No,
I can only
we
scratch
don't
my
need to
head
play
and wonder.
Fantasy Star Online
Move
because
your
there's a
mouth
sequel.
away from the microphone.
There's a sequel. There's a sequel.
Tell
Oh,
me,
Fantasy
Mr.
Star
Hamish,
Online 3
do you grow the
CARD
more
Revolution.
deadly variety of plant here?
Sequel that's
You mean insectivorous?
I need to
Yes,
play
but nothing
Reverse.
larger than that.
Are you talking about Fantasy Star Universe? The game I recently purchased from a Goodwill store?
Why won't you?
These are bad decisions.
Are you aware of
It
the
was
Divine Syndicate?
$5.
That's
The divine
still not
syndicate.
enough.
Is this a joke?
I bought a
discount.
copy
I'm
of
quite
Blood Rain
sorry.
2 and a copy of
Ridiculous
Fantasy Star
name.
Universe
Anyway,
from
I have never heard of this.
the thrift store.
For PSO2 that allows
Thank you, Mr. Hamish.
Hey,
We shall
Frank, can you
continue
turn
our
that,
investigation.
Stop
ASMR you have
fucking
on the background
whispering in
off?
your microphone.
You can bolt on boobs if you do.
I'm not playing
PSO2.
PSO2.
Locked.
I could
Anyway,
put
he claims
set
to have
hits
no
on
knowledge
my
of this
character.
divine
How can you
syndicate.
not want that? How can anyone not want that?
I'm not playing PSO2.
What was the last crossover event? It was something. It was something like weirdly perverted. Oh
Who
yeah,
is Miss
Sword Art
Margaret
Online
White?
crossover event.
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes
She's
to
a
help out
very
with the
pretty
greenhouses.
lady.
In fact, she should be here today.
Oh man.
She wanted to work at the seed house.
She'd never
That's
commit
the small
murder.
greenhouse
Never.
across from the large glass house.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah, at the moment I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
I don't know shit, cause I murdered my father.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been
Wait, I
a
mean-
strained one.
Yes, I cannot say that he was a kind man. For he never
Did you
listened
see
to me
that
at all.
Final Fantasy XI's
Forced
doing
me
a
to work
crossover
here.
event with Gran
Now,
Blue?
After
Yeah.
his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong
It's-
about me after
no,
all.
ground. Is
I
it
have to follow
for
his
both
path.
games?
And I have to
Yeah, it's for
manage
both
Kew
games.
Gardens.
So there's going to be
I
Gran
can
Blue
do it.
content in
be
11
as good
and
as any
11
other who
content
works
in
here.
Gran Blue.
Get back to me
The
when we have a
people who are
crossover
still
between
playing Final
EverQuest and
Fantasy XI
FF11.
and the people who are playing Grand Blue Fantasy are 20 years apart.
Would you please tell
Gives
us
a
about
shit.
Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you
Let
that
them have
Mr.
their
Hamish
fun,
is not
Brayden.
and has
Don't
never
yuck
been the
yums.
deputy director of Kew Gardens.
Yucking your yums.
My father would not have tolerated it.
You think you
Indeed.
are?
Well, that is
Shaming
most
these
interesting.
poor people
He
playing
told
their
us that he
online
was.
games.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honor of being the garden's longest-serving employee.
Okay.
In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the
Uh-huh.
management of Kew
Sure
Gardens.
thing, Junior.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common.
He
Mr.
loves
Hamish
plants.
loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was
I was
his
gonna say,
relationship
who
with
owns
your
the
father?
gardens?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted
assuming
of
the
Kew
state.
Gardens in the newspapers
Yeah.
or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. That my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the Divine Syndicate?
No, I cannot say that I have.
Treated him the same way as he treats anybody else, dismissively, with indifference.
Do you hold the keys
Like
to
the
all
English
of these
always do.
locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys
Yes,
to the
Jotsu
clock.
has a very good point.
employees'
Apparently, there are
effects are
certain
private.
bugs at the starting
I'm sure you
levels in Quest
understand.
64 where you can draw from
Thank you,
draw
young man.
points that
We
immediately
shall see
level
you
your
again
elements to
soon.
max level. This is part of the reason why the game can be beaten in 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yep. Yep, I watched part of the speedrun.
Locked.
It's probably a more enjoyable way to play the game than intended. Speaking as somebody who did play that game through to completion as a child.
Why don't you put that in the JRPG hole?
No. Because I don't hate myself enough.
I hate myself and you don't see me playing.
Wait. Okay.
It's the worst lock for anything.
Yep. Look at me. Okay.
Like, as long as you have roughly 3 minutes of spare time, you can unlock this.
This is an adventure game puzzle.
Yeah, I've seen harder.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you have, because this isn't hard. It's just
No, because
time
this is a
consuming.
video game made for sensible people.
It'd be like if you had a passcode lock that was only 2 digits long.
I've seen worse.
Like, you're gonna get it. It's just gonna take you a minute.
This isn't getting a rise out of me. Yeah, sure aren't getting any thrill out of this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You have to translate alien languages. from
No, I
alien
don't have to
script
translate alien languages or learn Morse code or any sort of, like, hateful, spiteful garbage.
You have to play a board game against a max level AI.
No. No, because
this
this
is
this is actually a well-made video game.
That's bullshit.
With the exception of the
fuck
odd
it.
minigame here or there.
That balancing minigame seemed like a real motherfucker, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Disappointment.
skipping?
I am paying you to defend me. The Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted the great say the most extraordinary plants and rare species of plants. The divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious plants. To notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. See you on Boodles on Tuesday, as always.
Drilling
you done.
tones.
That seems suspicious. To return our dear sisters. Not your permission. The lie. Yes. Our family members. We worship the plant.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Okay. Oh shit, she owes him. That's suspicious.
A
What does that
photograph
suggest?
of Montague Dunn and
Murder.
Reverend Hamish.
He was a sugar daddy. What's
Yep,
the British
he was her
equivalent
sugar
of sugar daddy? Sweet papa.
Champagne. Montague Dunn
Sweet
had good
dick.
taste. French wine. A remarkable vintage.
Watson, I think this guy might have been rich.
I think people might have murdered him to get his money.
Newspapers discussing Kew
Watson,
Gardens.
take this bottle of champagne with us when we leave.
Uh-huh. New variety of barley. Uh-huh. You are no longer in need of support. I gave you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck. Yep. He's her fucking sugar daddy. Anyway, let's not mention this to her. So that we can spring it on her later.
Locked.
No, it's not. Oh, weird. He was using the poison spores.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Gold dust. Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments?
I
in a
feel like at
botanical garden?
this is turning into a Phoenix Wright case.
Several drops
Yeah.
of the substance were spilled.
Or maybe,
Someone carried
like,
this bottle around.
we're 2 steps away from going full Danganronpa.
Several drops of the substance were
Get everything you
spilled.
would want.
Someone
A
carried
cult.
this bottle around.
Sex,
The bottle is no longer
botanical
here,
gardens.
but it
Yeah.
is possible to detect a faint
A
scent.
faint scent.
We need a good nose.
A puppy?
Oh god, they brought him back again.
Yep.
A botany book.
First-person dog.
Low poly dog.
This student's book belongs to Albert.
Oh, repeat year. He's he's a shitty little piss boy.
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
It does not matter. We will open it.
Oh, good.
I thought you liked lockpicking minigames.
No, because you see now it's like, oh, look at this. It's complicated now. But I'm over here being like, what if I just rotated it from the outside? Oh, good.
Well, that space bar is so tantalizing.
Nope. I'm a gamer.
Uh-huh. That's why you skipped the last level?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why you skipped the last one.
Yeah.
Open.
Because I'm also a showman, and that's why I'm showing the audience what they
Gloves.
need
Waterproof
to see. I need
aprons.
to keep the
Everything
keep
one
it
might
going.
need for self-protection.
Open
Do they
sesame.
grow dangerous plants here?
Yes.
It appears as though
Yes,
the
you
protective
Dumbo.
equipment is missing from here. Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes. A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Got these wax cylinders.
Oh wait, this game has audio logs?
Yes.
Now it's a modern video game. Here we go.
Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 200.
These plants do respond to their
Study
environment and
report.
have a consciousness, you say.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long
Uh-huh.
marginal.
Glory to the grand ficus.
Convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Yes. Who could have perhaps
Chemicals.
someone figured out how to trigger the plant to do the spores? Who's to say?
Martin Hamish's locker. A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
All right. Yeah. How can I leave these in hands of people who don't give a shit about plants?
Father and I. Kew Gardens.
Oh.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting. Albert's locker.
He only cares about boats like a little bitch.
Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Sherlock Holmes is really judgy today, isn't he?
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion
Not
for
my
shipbuilding
Holmes.
and the sea.
He wants to
A
be
rejection letter
a
from the
Navy
British
boy.
Royal Naval College.
In the Navy.
We are. Your father has expressed.
Holmes, did you ever see Down Periscope? One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Miss White's locker.
No, Watson. I prefer Das Boot.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student.
You're a man of culture.
A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
But does Das Boot have Rip Torn in it? Checkmate, Holmes.
Oh, yep. Oh, look, she's begging her parents for money, but and that's how she became.
These jewels must be worth a small
These jewels must be
fortune.
worth a small fortune. I wonder where she
what I
got
think
them
it is.
from.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
That's what I think it is. Package is here. Give
We're
me a
not from
minute.
the same high class as you should learn to put. None of us have. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. Your parents, wow. Her parents told her to get fucked, Watson.
So she needed money, but she had all that stuff lying around. The nouveau rich. Can't stand them.
Uh-huh.
I've always preferred old money, Holmes.
And Albert is okay, yeah.
Alright, Braden,
Yes.
I'm gonna join you. I forced you to try it, so I decided to re-up my Oh god, the smell is burning through the packaging. Okay.
Are you trying the cough drops?
I bought 80 drops of Fisherman's Friend.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna burn through these in about 1 week.
Why?
Why?
Because I love these things.
I
So
never
for those of you
understood.
that don't know, Braden said that he had a sore throat and he was using some Mambi cough drops that are not good cough drops. He was
Those are
doing
fine.
Ricola. And I said, nah, son. Let me tell you about Fisherman's Friend. And Fisherman's Friend are an extra strong throat lozenge where a single one will have about 10 grams of
10 milligrams
menthol.
of menthol, which is 10
10
times as
milligrams.
much as the Ricola.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pop one of these in. For those that are not used to Fisherman's Friend, they look like tablets. They look like Necco wafers, but brown.
I don't understand why you're doing a live taste test of cough drops that aren't meant to taste good.
I think they taste good.
I do not.
But you're gonna use them.
I mean, I'm not today because I'm feeling well enough to stream.
Oh man. Oh man. The feeling of being able to breathe.
Oh yeah, no. It'll clear out your sinuses.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
How's everybody doing?
All right, let's see.
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
So what's your thought process right now about
A
who's the
glasses
murderer right
case.
now?
This area.
It
Just sound it out before
Okay.
Relkin and I put a time on you.
I mean, I haven't even talked to the lady yet.
A master's
No,
degree.
I've only
diploma.
instituted a time
It belongs
policy
to Martin
once, and
Hamish.
even then he had gotten all the clues.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
Are you telling me Martin Hamish might be good at botany, but Albert Dunn wants to take over the...
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Oh, weird.
All right, arbitrary. Do all three of them have a motive?
This
Probably.
poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Garden. This certificate belongs to
So,
In fact, we saw a note earlier that could indicate that perhaps two of them work together.
yes. Perhaps. Because...
Albert's trying to step in and be
her
Miss White's
sugar
savior.
daddy.
Sugar brother, really. You need the age discrepancy to be a daddy.
Oh, look, it's a bust, and oh, it's got a missing
I'm
part.
curious if the marble that we found... Here it is.
Surprise!
The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
Oh, look,
It
it's
is a
the
bust
guy who got
of Montague
murdered.
Dunn. The seeds of plant species are stored here.
It is important. Fisherman's Friend does say, do not use more than 2 per day. There's a reason.
Yeah,
Are you
'cause-
still intent on finishing those in a week?
Locked.
I'm no bitch.
See,
Open.
these are just
I'm
gonna
not
be
gonna let
my cough drops.
I'm not
for
gonna let the
next-
government tell me how to live my life, Relkin.
From here, we
Okay.
are unable to see.
We
the
are
interior
unable
of
to
the
see the
Colonial
interior of the
Collection Room.
Colonial Collection Room. But there's a
This is
ventilation
one of the
shaft
outlets of
right
the ventilation
here.
system. These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used. Materials for college study. They belong to Albert.
Yeah, 'cause
This
he's
place serves as Albert's office.
Yeah, look. Notice how none of the
A book
gardening
about
stuff,
ships. Nothing at all.
and
to
it's
do
just
with
boats.
plants.
That kid. Gee golly, I wonder if the kid likes boats. Who's to say?
I like that little bit of It's a book about plants, which has nothing to do with, or it's a book about boats, which has nothing to do with plants.
Good day to you, miss. You
Good
have
job,
some
Holmes.
very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working
I
on a
wonder what
case?
could have happened to the plants. Expensive perfume. Boy.
Is it me, or do you think that she's like animating better than some of the other people you've interacted with?
Maybe. Oh, look, she used to be poor, you can tell, because she has marks on her hand, and she's
Allegra.
unmarried.
At her age.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
I quite forgot about that when I was murdering.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss.
Yeah, you're right,
After
Sonny.
the
They
tragedy
put
that
more
took
work into
place
her
here.
model.
Yeah.
Yes.
The I
director
feel like
was
I
a
noticed
truly
that.
Good man.
Both the female
It is
models we've
such
seen
a
thus far.
terrible misfortune.
Yeah.
Although notably, not the widow from the first one.
No.
she was
Would you
terrible.
happen to know why part of the Colonial Collection was cleared?
But if they're young and
No,
nubile,
I have never been there.
Frog Wars got you covered.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University.
Biology?
I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great
Like her
leader.
eye work, like the
I
way
saw
that her
him
eyes dart
almost
around.
as
Almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional
Because he was
nature.
my cult
Oh,
sugar
yes,
daddy.
indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic.
Me
very
and
nice
several
to
other
me.
women.
Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely
Mr. Dunn
demanding.
would like to wear a stag
Albert,
Mr.
helmet
who was
Dunn
naturally shy,
showed me
suffered
his
because of-
exotic collection of tigers.
and coated himself in honey.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Boy.
Most of the doors in Kew
The
Gardens
Divine
are
Syndicate, it
locked.
sounds
Do you have a key
glorious.
to this room?
radiant.
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a
Rapturous.
set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Wow.
Thank you, miss.
I'm getting
None
a
of the three
protein
people who
supplement
work at
drink
Kew
commercial
Gardens
right now.
know why
sorry.
half of the colonial collection was cleared.
LeBron
Someone-
and creepy young LeBron.
They all claim they don't know why the colonial collection was cleared. It's because
They're all in on it.
they're all in on it.
Know what that means?
But can they all be in on it?
Probably not.
Don't some of them have mutually exclusive interests?
Yeah.
See, I'm being helpful for once.
A ventilator.
Yeah, no. Like, it's the Mr. Plant Man is like, I actually care about plants compared to this little shitlord, and little shitlord's like, I just want to be the director because my daddy
Money.
Also,
money.
being the director means he might get the girl.
I might get the girl and I might get to do boats.
I want to be with the girl my daddy was with. Nothing weird about that.
Nope, definitely not. And then yeah, girl, you know, new age cults. That was something that showed up in a lot of Holmes stories
The future is frightening.
because, you know, nothing was scarier in Victorian England than like any sort of excitement for religious
And
observance.
non-conventional thinking.
Yeah. Just. But and then of course Arthur Conan Doyle was also super into spiritualism.
Oh,
He was
boy,
into
Holmes.
spiritualism,
And
but he
medium.
didn't like the Anglican Church.
Probably.
According
Holmes, I
to
do
this,
enjoy conforming. How about you?
And his friendship with Harry Houdini was broken because Houdini was so intent on
Proving that
like
ghosts didn't
proving that
exist.
ghosts weren't real and mediums were frauds.
Well, actually, it was Arthur Conan Doyle that pissed him off about.
Yeah.
As the story goes, like Doyle invited Houdini
To
to
a
a
medium.
spiritual
Yeah.
seance, and the seance person says, "Your mother says, 'Hello, Harry, how are you?'" And he's like, "I got pissed off because my mother never spoke to me in English, and I corrected her." That's when I realized they were
I
all
perceive
frauds.
that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really.
I just
like
like
ships, that is
boats,
all.
he says,
Are you
looking
quite
away.
sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's
Mother
all.
always spoke to
My future
spoke
is
to
here.
him in Hungarian,
never
and then
been about
magically
anything
the
else.
ghost didn't speak Hungarian.
Well, I mean, you know, there's no language in the afterlife.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say.
Whoops.
Yes, that's
I
correct.
was caught in a
And in fact, my
lie.
father was strongly against
Are you
the
going to point
idea.
out his red eyes?
He did his best
Yeah.
to ruin my plans,
He's
although I
grief-stricken.
almost did succeed. But my dreams were
he's
shattered,
smoking
Mr. Holmes.
weed.
He's been crying for hours.
Thank you, young man. We shall
To be fair, like when I lost my mom, I did cry for like 10 hours straight.
Oh,
So
yeah. No.
that's not
fair.
actually indication of
Yeah, no.
weed.
I guess that is like, hey, getting rid of the joke about weed.
This is a serious thing.
This is a serious
A man
thing.
died, Holmes.
But okay, he didn't do it. Probably.
You're sure then?
Or he helped White. I'm pretty sure.
He's just a good boy who likes boats.
He's just a dumb idiot boy who likes boats.
I
Mr.
like that
Hamish,
they float.
was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
We found your photograph, you nerd.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your
Take his
father
glasses.
at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that
Definitely
outrageous
no
ego.
simmering hatred for this
But
man.
why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
Fucking liar.
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust
Yeah, no.
inside
it's
the colonial collection.
just a lot of daddy issues in this
Really?
case.
Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently. Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Alright, what do you have left to do? What can you talk about? Where can you investigate?
I guess I can look at my evidence. Because some of that is like... Okay, I gotta look it up. Gotta go back to Baker Street. And look up secret plant cult.
I do appreciate that this game does accurately portray Watson as a horn dog, in that the second you find a lady, he's like, oh, I'll do the questioning.
Yep. Absolutely. 1889. Scandal at the Divine Syndicate Club. Followers of the God King Traywin. Protectors of plants, and more particularly... Oh my goodness, financial. Malfeasance.
Those are words that people
Here
would
it
make
is.
if you were investigating a crime.
And here is the Divine Syndicate's address.
Oh,
Perfect.
good. Time to
It is
look up.
time to find
Good
out
time to
what
go
they
into the
have
cult.
against Montague Dunn.
I've got to disguise myself.
Oh, I don't even remember this, but this sounds good.
Oh, good. This is gonna be like a fake Orientalist plant
Oh,
cult.
no. Oh, I do understand. I do remember that. Yeah, I think I remember why this was my favorite case.
This place is
It's
beautiful.
a whole lot of bullshit.
Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us find someone who could help us.
Hey, the influence of Japanese art on European art was massive around this time. Oh, yes. It appears to be poorly written katakana.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Oh, they stole all the plants.
It's during this point where we should mention that
The Kew
Tai
Gardens
Chi is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, sure.
But I saw that Keanu Reeves movie.
A fragment of a flower pot.
Which Keanu Reeves movie?
Magic water. Although
Wasn't
I
it called
don't believe
Man of Tai
that.
Chi. He was the bad guy.
Okay.
He fought a guy with Tai Chi.
Okay. I was gonna say, wait, does John Wick do Tai Chi? I think he does.
Off screen, maybe.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sun. A while
It wasn't until much later when I found out that like the whole Shen Yun performance arts, those things are like sponsored by the Falun Gong.
Shen Yun, yeah, and the Falun Gong cult.
That like basically they use those to talk about we're discriminated far right. New religious
We
groups
hate the Chinese
discriminated
Communist
by the
Party
Chinese
and own
government.
the Epoch
To
Times.
introduce myself, I shall. I am the Green.
Yeah,
Grand
no.
Not to say that the
The
accusations of
Green
like
Grand
body
Mystic
harvesting and like
himself.
torture
This
Oh yeah, no.
of that religious movement, but also their religious
We
movement is
are two
bullshit.
gentlemen who are extremely
But yeah, they
interested in
own the Epoch
vegetation
Times, which
philosophy
I
that is
learned
advocated by this
because
establishment.
you know sometimes
Listening
someone will
to
just
you.
stuff that into your mailbox.
Yeah.
And it's like, boy, Donald Trump's great because he hates China, except when he doesn't.
But yeah, cults, they're
Yeah.
weird, right?
Yeah. Oh,
guess
acid
that-
burn, chemical practice.
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the divine scholastic syndicate for vegetation veneration and meditation. You may say, the divine syndicate. Glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees.
This
Those
is silly.
whose hearts are ready to spermatify.
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is silly even by
Permitted
this
to
video
physically
game
enter
standards.
our
This is perfectly serious.
and its
A
wisdom.
man is dead.
And to be permitted, you must earn it. Yes.
Green Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees and gain
This is-
access to your temple.
What is
Yes,
the name
yes,
of
Jotsu,
our
that man
Lord,
did say
our
vegetable
God
kingdom.
King?
Trey want the God King.
Our God King's name is Trewan, Green Grand Mystic.
Just becoming a dating sim now.
Good, good. I
Hey,
like
what's the
How-
name of our God?
There is
Oh,
the holy
okay, you're
key
qualified.
to the wisdom
How
of
old
praise.
am I?
Holy donation can
When
only
is my
go to you so
birthday?
much.
Thank you so much.
I pray you to taste our fertilizer.
What is Trewan's
Uh-huh.
favorite
From the
food?
burdens of life, it helps to free.
But of course,
Raw sap.
Raw sap, uh-huh.
Near the entrance.
do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
Do you have...
None. Not worthy there.
No, it's branded flower pots.
I wish that when you get it wrong, it would have a Prince of Persia-esque, like,
Yeah.
no, not that
Not
question.
worthy there.
Yep. What?
Do you...
None. Not worthy there.
What keys for Kew Gardens?
Let's see. Kew Garden symbol.
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens
Or the
flower
Divine
pots
Syndicate
in
key.
your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What?
No.
Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search. Sacrilege.
No, really now. There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago. And we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were ours. They had stolen them from us.
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green-fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses
This
and
really,
imbecility.
This has
So we
officially
made them
reached
save them.
Danganronpa levels of
I see.
silly.
So, if you stole those rare
a
plants
good
from
way.
them, then it means...
Danganronpa has
Holmes.
at one point
I
a
think the
murder
case
that
is
is
solved.
committed with the help of
No,
well-trained
We did not
hamsters.
steal. We saved. Well, as a
I
matter
mean,
of fact,
Toby
we
is a
are
pretty
able to
smart
find our
dog.
3 plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
At one point, a
Well,
guy
we
gets
will
murdered and
leave
then
you
is
to
turned
your
into a cyborg
meditation.
and then gets murdered as a cyborg.
I see nothing wrong with the words that are coming out of your mouth.
They stole all but the deadly plants. Yeah, sure. The Syndicate killed Dunn. I mean, that's part of it, but also... I can hear your neighbor's dog.
Dog.
Drugs
That should be
table?
the raw stuff that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of.
This is just heroin.
It is rather delicious. And of an excellent
This is the same
quality.
dog that I threatened
My
last
word, Holmes.
week. That
Their
was gonna
sap is
kill.
like a form of cocaine.
It is cocaine. You
Do you literally just have a spoonful of cocaine?
yeah.
I mean, it would be impolite to not.
Hey, to be fair, the cocaine very much on brand.
Praise the grand tree. Praise it.
This must be Trewan,
That
the Divine Syndicate's
delicious cocaine.
Oh, this is very good.
This
Tree Man.
Yes, they're.
Trewin.
Oh my goodness! Look, these
caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants. Let's take them.
what? We stole the caterpillars.
An eye for an eye, a plant for a plant,
tropical
and a
plant.
caterpillar for a caterpillar.
A tropical plant.
Just gonna steal caterpillars.
A tropical plant. A tropical plant.
Right, so this is a 4th potential. Could be the syndicate that killed him.
A tropical. A tropical.
You have to put it all together sooner or later.
Yeah. But, all these tropical plants, nothing of interest. But look, behind this gate, there's the fucking poisonous plants.
These 3 plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition.
Uh-huh. Oh, we gotta identify which plant was used to kill him. Is it gonna make me determine
This
that?
door.
You still need to use Toby.
Oh, cool. Got another lockpicking puzzle. Oh, now it's just a sliding block puzzle. Yes.
I would take this over a sliding block puzzle.
You would.
My brain does not work with those at all. The second it gets beyond like a 3x3, I just something in my head breaks.
There we go. What could be in here? It's a wall scroll with the popular manga character Naruto on it.
A
Watson.
vast amount of opium.
A vast amount.
These instruments are used for smoking opium.
I like his headband, Holmes.
Hold it. I love that, apparently.
These instruments are used for smoking opium.
Apparently that sound effect's just going to keep going.
This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory.
Yeah, no, that
Gardens.
noise is the noise is still playing. Yes.
Oh, that's
that would
great.
Be
Go back to muting that.
This.
Oh, I gotta cross-examine the... Okay, let's see if it stops.
My analysis table. It is useful.
Alright, let's see. What are our goals? Yeah, find out the plant.
Come
Find
on,
the dog.
Toby. We have some work
Wait, what was
for you
Watson
to do.
doing?
He was doing
Let us
Tai
go
Chi.
to Kew Gardens.
I learned a lot about myself there, Holmes.
A lot of opium. Someone please put this Toby model on Low Poly Animals, the Twitter account, if it hasn't already.
It does look so bad.
It's an unfortunate model.
Something about the way they try to show off the folds in his skin makes this almost seem like he's halfway to being a Borderlands character.
Let us take Toby to the laboratory. Search, Toby. Search.
Yes. Action dog. Don't mind us. We're just having a sniff. What could be here?
Another body.
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
Boring.
Oh, it's a bottle?
This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. It was...
Oh.
There is still some liquid remaining in the bottle, with gold flakes.
Oh, was the
tiny
poison made
caterpillar.
of caterpillar?
Not surprising to see one in a garden, but at the bottom of a bottle.
Was it secretly caterpillar poison? Oh, we gotta perform analysis, huh?
Yeah, this has been a good case.
Yep.
I feel like even this deep into it, I still think
Let us
like all four of
determine
them
just what
potentially
we
might
have
be
found
the
here.
person.
Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test
As
tube
opposed to the last
perform
case
an
where
analysis.
it's like blatantly obvious that she's fucking
This
lying.
is the
I mean, the second you found the silverware in the well.
Yeah. Take a pipette. Oh, do I get to do this minigame again? Very excited.
A colorless, water-based
Chemistry
liquid.
set simulator 2022.
Huff
Let's
it.
go.
Quite a strong floral aroma.
Yes.
Holmes? What are you doing?
It has a bitter taste.
What if it's poisonous?
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So, what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic compound. Let us vaporize the liquid
Uh-huh.
and see what happens. Let us determine just what we have found here. Small colorless crystals.
Uh-huh.
Colorless, tiny
Did you start
crystals
vaping?
that are soluble in water.
Yes.
With a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are.
They
Holmes,
saved that for
do you know
the
what it is?
young hot Sherlock game.
Wagner's reagent.
yeah.
There was a label on the bottle that you passed to me.
Absolutely.
No, Holmes.
I need to
meant
play
the
that.
bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need...
Oh, gotta get my pipette. Oh, it turns red.
Red sediment, just as I suspected.
Of
this
course.
liquid is of organic origin.
An
It contains
alkaloid.
some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable.
Yeah, young
and
Sherlock
that is
Holmes
why there is a
absolutely
quantity
vapes.
of gold dust
He's
to
got a big
prevent
hookah pipe.
contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer.
Uh-huh.
Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's laboratory.
Someone.
I'm ripping some gnarly clouds, Holmes.
Uh-huh.
According to the deadly plants information, according to my analysis table,
How
it
do
is
I not
useful-
have... I have... Oh. Do I need more evidence? Do I
There's
need
a lot to get.
Oh, I think I have to go to the... Gotta go steal the Divine Syndicate's drugs and also...
Grab some of that cocaine while you're there.
Yeah. Yes, delicious.
Wait, is he reading
Yummy.
Crime and Punishment?
Yeah, he's reading Crime and Punishment, because, you know... When I think about Dostoevsky's book, Crime and Punishment, I think about the part where you determine whether or not people are deserving of redemption. Which I guess is part of it.
This substance is an alkaloid, the
But
same as in the bottle we found.
When I think
in
about
the
Crime and
bushes at
Punishment,
Kew
I mostly
Gardens.
think about, like...
Perfect, Watson.
It's about a guy realizing that he can't justify murder. I don't know.
Holmes
I
would
watched a
definitely
very
murder.
bad made-for-TV version of Crime and Punishment, starring a pre-fame Bradley Cooper.
Oh, jeez.
And fucking Ben Kingsley is Porphyry.
All right. No, I'd watch Ben Kingsley.
Okay. Let's see. It is sadly unlikely that he has any female companion. He lives alone. We're gonna find out that the alkaloid from the Divine Syndicate is not the same as the...
What? You're gonna tell me this new character introduced so late is not actually a viable contender as the murderer?
I think it would be very funny if it was the Divine Syndicate.
I mean, they did that with Patrick Cairns in the first case.
Yeah, they did that with the last case, where it's just like... Where I was like, there's no way they would make this character they introduced at the 11th hour be the murderer. And it's like, actually it was.
Arg, I did kill.
I did the murder. Yar.
My love for the lady goes so deep.
And then Watson's like... And then Holmes is like, yes, because of how high the rope was cut, we know you did it.
Also, you're the only person that could possibly know how to make a sailor's knot.
You're the only person who could have ever made a sailor's knot. Who else would do that? No one.
A ventilation.
Okay. I haven't gotten to that part yet.
You're getting there.
Poor Miss.
Oh, poor Mr. Montague Dunn. So awful. How will I get paid now?
Yes, the man is dead, but what about me?
What about me?
Ask that question every day.
Yep. Alright, where is chemical shelf?
It's back in the house next to... It's the bearded man. His name. Hamish?
Yeah. Oh, it's in the office. Yes. Okay, apparently not.
Oh. Isn't that literally called the chemistry cupboard?
Yep. I assumed I would have to find both. But, let's see. Is there anything...
So what are you trying to do?
I have to test the plant alkaloid.
Oh, when you do that at Baker Street?
Yeah. I just wondered if I had to find... See, now I'm overthinking it, because I assumed the video game would be like, okay, look, oh, look, there are 2 different poisons found. But I guess Holmes did just say, like...
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin
I bet
now.
it's the one that
Watson,
looks like it could release a toxic
if you are at all
vapor.
optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
Step 1, put caterpillar. Oh. Is this seriously?
A carnivorous.
You have to have them in the right order. Obviously.
Of course.
This plant seems to have had...
I would think Sherlock Holmes would know this.
Oh, video games are dumb.
Hey, Braden.
Yeah?
I've seen worse.
This plant seems to...
This isn't that hard. Stop complaining.
Just because you roll around in shit
It
doesn't mean
appears
you
to
have to
open
accuse
after
me of
being
smelling
soaked
good.
with alkaloid.
You do
This
smell good,
plant
and that's
becomes
a
inactive
compliment.
after being
I meant
drenched.
that as a compliment.
This plant becomes inactive after
God,
being
you
no
sound like the
reaction.
guy who said, you can't judge all Souls community members just because a small portion of us are toxic.
This plant
I think generalizing in general, probably not a good idea.
Behavior.
Yo, sometimes communities earn the toxicity label for a reason. That said. Like Smash? Toxic.
It closed again. I believe
Dota?
I saw a small cloud of gas.
These plants
I wonder
toxic.
what secrets this plant is hiding.
Plants are very
Perhaps if we
toxic.
agitate it to a greater extent, whilst
I'm
it
gonna be
is
able to live
open,
in this house when
it
you're
will
done.
reveal a little more.
Yeah, are you basically violating some World War I Geneva Conventions right here?
It's fine. World War I hasn't happened yet.
Oh, you're right.
But we could make it happen, Holmes.
It appears to...
Oh, look.
It closed again. I believe I wonder what secrets this...
Oh, you're gonna make me pin it. Okay. Yeah, just the issues with the Dutch and the Africas.
It appears...
Do I need to grab these caliper? Do I need to...
This plant... A prickly...
I think there's only the 3 tools that you can activate.
Okay.
No reaction. It closed again. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding.
Agitated to a greater extent while opened? Oh, I see what we gotta do.
It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
Nah, you're cooking with gas.
My word. It shot a spike at me. Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary. The plants would be capable
Look at
of
you,
killing
solving puzzles.
only if they were directly next to the victim
Solving murders.
and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things...
How long do you think the real Sherlock Holmes
It
would
is
have
too
taken
early,
to make
Watson.
this
Our
happen?
suspects will be there.
Oh shit,
Let
you're
us
dead.
investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some
See
questions.
those spores in those pins? You're fucking dead. Yes, toxic
Fine.
gas, extraordinary.
Alright, let's see. Deadly precision. Did she have the knowledge to stimulate the plants? Who's to say?
Don't you mean the plants in the Kew Garden?
Albert is not very good at botany. He's a dumb idiot boy child.
You don't think he's a mastermind?
What if he's pretending to be dumb?
He's gonna escape on one of those boats he loves so much. still missing something.
Yeah.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork.
You mean
Suddenly,
your
I
desk
observed that Mr.
with
Dunn
a
was not
view
feeling
of
well,
the...
so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
As you can see from his office, you can see inside the collection, and that's why it was moved, so that he could see to make sure that it was happening. There's going to be some stupid Rube Goldberg thing to trigger the spores on time. It's going to be great.
So he and Albert were together 9:30,
Yep.
and then at 10:30
Your
he was
father's
in his
death
office.
does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious. Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father
didn't do
that
the
day?
murder.
Yes, he came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
Oh.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Everyone in this case is so dumb.
You're going to have to account for everybody's whereabouts at all 6 10-minute increments in between 9:30 and 10:30.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Now you're just reminding me of my least favorite Phoenix Wright cases.
Which are?
Hey, remember the one in Ace Attorney, the first Apollo Justice game, where
Yes, I do.
you
I
have
think I know what
to
you're gonna talk about.
listen to the concert and like determine when the gun would have been fired during the concert?
Yeah, that one. Oh man, the turnabout cases.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn
I feel like
was
I always
doing
mention it,
upon
but
the day
remember
of
how
his
the
death?
turnabout situation resolves with Phoenix
there was
Wright's
nothing
declaring
very
military
special to
tribunals as
say.
being better than
I was
trial
in the
by
laboratory
jury?
when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly
Ah,
visit. It was supposed to be at
Japan.
9, but
What
he
will
was
I
10
ever
minutes
do
late,
without you?
as usual.
And then?
Well,
I've spent the last
I came
3
to say
years
good
trying to
morning,
find a better
and I saw
alternative
him
to the
spend
flaws
2
of
or
trial
3
by
minutes
jury.
by the plants
I've
outside the
determined
laboratory.
the solution
After
is
that, he ran out in the
to
direction of
have
the nursery,
lawyers and
where Mr.
experts
Hamish
of
was
law
working.
in a
He
limited
was always
capacity
in a
of
rush
no
during
more
the
than
inspection, you
5
see.
act as the
I
arbiters
would
of
pity
justice
anyone
in
who stood in
all
his way.
forms of society,
Which
even
one is this one?
democracies.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house.
I joined them as soon as I could.
What exactly would...
I was recording an experiment. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
That you're lying.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Hamish visiting her at 10, that lines up with what Albert said.
Thank you, miss.
Sometime later.
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
All right. Well, first I gotta listen to the. I gotta listen to the wax cylinder.
You have it all? You gotta put it together?
I gotta get the wax cylinder and then I gotta construct the case.
Hour and 47 minutes to build up all to this.
Yep.
Where did Hamish go?
Oh, it's in the laboratory. She said that, right? Yes. Where's the laboratory? Oh, here it is.
Here it is.
It's the only one that's labeled.
Cylinder records.
I wonder who could have done... Yeah.
These plants, classified as shrubs or grasses, have adapted to their arid environment due to a system of underground roots.
This recording seems very long. It is unnecessary to
Okay,
listen
so she
to all
was
of
in
it.
the laboratory.
Miss White was in the laboratory, as she told us.
But also, she...
How does that prove when she was in the
Yeah.
laboratory?
That doesn't prove anything.
Dry.
Alright. Determine the correct sequence of events. Alright, let's see. Or any... Is it... Okay. Inhaling the spores. Escaping the room. Or did he escape the room and then inhale the spores?
Yeah, this is a weird part.
What?
Or maybe it takes place elsewhere?
Yeah. Is
Oh,
it just
it
like,
literally
hey,
just
he was
do?
murdered elsewhere?
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were
Batman
released
vision here
and caused
sure is
the
a
deadly
thing.
spores to
Holmes vision,
activate.
please.
Panicking and likely
Remember when
already
every
rushed
game
to the
decided
door.
to put this in
We
here?
already know the
You
outcome.
mean like the game we're looking at right
Montague
now?
Dunn collapsed and died. Not well. It is.
I recently replayed Arkham Asylum, and it holds up.
The
other than that
Asylum's
really
still
bad
great.
final
fall
boss
from the
battle.
ventilation.
Yeah, no,
last
the boss
boss
fight's
battle
not
was
bad.
Caterpillars are in place.
Yeah, I
I'll
watched
activate the
Yahtzee play some
ventilation
of it
system
not too
so
long
that
ago.
they
Seems
fall
like it's still
down.
great.
Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
Holmes? The caterpillars fell on me.
Am I going to die, Holmes?
I mean, yeah, the thing about Arkham Asylum is, like, that game's only that very long if you are trying to get all the Riddler stuff.
In that degree, I feel like it is perfectly paced.
Yeah, but that's the one game I would want to actually get all the Riddler stuff in.
Also, yeah, here's the things that it's better than the other two.
When I played Night a couple years ago, there are just so many of those damn things everywhere.
I think
gave
the
up very
sense of
quickly.
exploration is actually
here,
better in
we
City,
already-
but I think it's like potatoes. Like it was for City, it was a natural progression to like make it a fucked up part of the town rather than just the asylum. And I think
Yeah.
that introduction of more of the comic book characters and more of the Batman lore, I thought it was done really well.
Oh yeah, I like City.
Before
Oh,
starting,
ZP, are you aware of
The
the
power is off.
true ending
The
of
engine
Batman Arkham Knight?
the
I
engine,
The
am.
100% ending.
I've watched it. I did not take the time to get
ventilation
it,
system is
obviously,
working.
but yes, it's a thing.
It's great. I want them to make that.
I have still never played Night,
You don't really need to.
and I did buy Arkham Origins on the last Steam sale.
What if Batman was a
this
vampire?
ventilation fan.
Yeah, they made Batman a vampire.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I still think about. I'm interested to see how Gotham Knights turns out, right?
Perfect.
Yep.
Sure.
I just need to find Watson to...
Plays
The
Jason Todd.
Court of Owls deserves a better game. God
works
damn it.
perfectly, Holmes. Bravo.
The single
if you could
story
just
arc that
help me to get
revived
rid of
people's
these
interest in
caterpillars.
Batman, the Court
It
of
was,
Owls,
New
is gonna
52, right?
Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried
God,
out.
I
by
really
activating
hope
both
that game is
Albert's
good because
and
that
Mr.
story arc
Hamish's
Court of
fan.
Owls is fucking
But
amazing.
only from Mr. Hamish's workplace
Imagine,
would it be possible
now
to
that you're
see
playing as Sherlock
when
Holmes,
Montague
imagine
Dunn
if
entered
Batman
the
went
colonial
backwards in
collection
time
room.
and found a weird Sherlock Holmes-inspired death cult that wants to kill everyone in...
Yeah.
So good. Gotham City. And of course, they're gonna have Nightwing and Batgirl and Robin and Red Hood and all them fuckers. And stop an apocalyptic
Martin
cult.
Hamish
from
could be the
world.
killer.
I'd be interested to see how they make Jason Todd a playable character in those games.
Yeah, after what they
considering he
did to
shoots
him in the
people.
game, yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Well, I was gonna say, considering that he shoots people, that's his whole thing. He just takes guns
Let's
out
go
and
to
kills
Scotland
everybody.
Yard.
The animated movie for Under the Hood is very good.
I'm sorry, why are we accusing Hamish?
Why not? He had motive.
Oh, okay, but it's definitely the lady. Because she did it for the cult. And to get rid of her sugar daddy.
If that's what you think.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. Let's see this through to the end then.
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish...
Aha!
Very good.
I'm sorry, but that's not the end of the case. Because that's not a conclusion.
Are you sure? Maybe it's guaranteed that Hamish was
No,
involved.
because that would be against the entire point of this game.
Well, maybe now you need to determine who is his accomplice.
Oh.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Or maybe this is all one of
Hamish is in the
Holmes'
large
clever
glass
ploys.
house. There's no need to hurry.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, we got weird PC video games coming out supposedly this year.
Weird PC video games?
No, DC.
Oh, yeah. I believe Suicide Squad was already delayed for until next year.
Sure.
But Gotham City.
Oh, shit!
God.
Oh, fuck. What
Yes.
happened? What did you do?
We found
Wait 5 seconds and we'll see.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed.
Oh,
Mr. Hamish realized that we...
What?
Jesus.
Inspector, could you arrange the
What did
body,
you just
please?
do?
I should like to
What?
examine it.
Aiden, did you just state your game?
No.
Gotta look at that corpse.
Yeah, gotta...
No, it's right there on the ground
Oh.
next to you.
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
But he was poisoned and they faked the hanging. Yes, feet.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is often a characteristic of...
A club foot. Bravo, Watson.
What?
That is the key element of this case.
What just happened?
He has a club foot.
Uh-huh.
Don't you remember that clue from much earlier on?
What?
The scuffed floor.
Uh-huh. No, he didn't act alone. He did it with the lady.
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish
This sure
decided to base his
ramped
plan
up.
on the
Yeah.
speed of his gait.
I don't know. This entire case
mean
has
to
been
say
at
that
10 for a
somebody
while.
Yeah.
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish
Now
accuses only
compare
himself
this guy's
in his
face
letter, and
to,
so
like,
the
the lady's
investigation
face.
stops.
Yeah, no,
Realize-
Lestrade,
Possibly an accomplice,
everyone
then?
in this
That
game is
idea
like a
had not
weird
occurred to
dead-eyed
Mr. Holmes.
Oblivion NPC.
I have another idea.
Except
A handful of people who aren't
Thanks to the
dead-eyed
testimony
Oblivion
that we have
NPCs,
collected,
it
we are
really
able
messes
to
me up.
rebuild the events as they took place that
It's like
day.
when you play LA
With a
Noir and you
timeline,
realize, man, you
such
guys
as we
put a
did
lot
in
of
the
effort in
Jack
these
the
faces,
Ripper
and oh
case.
god, your bodies
Precisely.
are not. Everything's
The
bad.
map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should...
All right.
Let us analyze the facts
Oh,
and
what the
statements
fuck?
so that we
I
may
hate
recreate the
this.
events of that morning.
This is that Sherlock. This is that fucking Ace Attorney case.
Yes. Yes, I okay. Yep.
Okay. Martin Hamish and Montague Dunn. Albert. Yeah, it's meant to meet. It was around 20 minutes to 10. And Hamish and Montague Dunn. Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
What? You have everything you need right there. Just put it together.
Everything's there.
Yep. All right, no, just let me...
Should sound out what you're thinking.
Yeah, no. All right. 20 minutes to
Vocalize your
10 when
thoughts.
Hamish and Montague Dunn went out to the backyard. After 10 minutes, Dunn recommended his inspection and entered the dry tropics room. Hamish returned to the seed house. All right. Martin Hamish had a conversation with Miss White at 10 o'clock. Miss White was in the laboratory until 10:40. All right. Hamish ran to Albert, which was about 10:30. Albert claims
It's
to
a
have been in
garbage
the seed
person
house.
just joined.
He
Go to
observed
hell.
Hamish returned from visiting Miss White after 10.
We have to science.
There's a 10-minute gap. Oh.
Hey, Gina, what do you think about cults?
Oh, it's hydration break.
Or like the group that, gets up to no good. I like the horses.
What if the
Or-
cults were also... All right. Okay, this is great. Never mind, this
Manning.
is amazing.
Is this what? Is this
Oh.
some sort of Britishy cult?
So the cult...
What is the
Okay.
giant foot
Let us
stomped down on them?
summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection.
Like how those people in
He
the upper
forced open the
1030
door,
thing, it looks
which
like you're
means that someone
messing
locked
around
him
with a
inside
zombie.
there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was
They were all in on it.
club-footed, it is doubtful.
I love how these little
Albert
cutouts
also has 10
animate.
minutes
Yep.
to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock.
You really
which
did
means
have that
she
lady
had
basically in one
approximately
room the
20 minutes
entire
to lock the
time.
door.
Uh-huh.
More than enough time.
Obviously, she's innocent.
Perfect, Watson.
Am I audible now?
Let us
Yes,
ascertain
hello.
Who assisted
We're
Martin
solving this
Hamish
crime.
in killing Montague
Did I
Dunn?
hear any of my cult jokes?
Not that
You
many.
mentioned horses.
I said, what kind of cults? Like the horse, the football team?
She had 20 minutes.
And then I asked for what is the 2-minute explanation of what this cult's deal is.
Oh, it's a weird plant cult who loves cocaine.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say they were all
harvest plants for cocaine, Gino. Cocaine
you
is a
found
plant.
what? One
Cocaine is a
conclusion?
plant. That's true.
Okay, I found all the clues. Say Albert did not. Albert had time.
I bet there's a handful of conclusions here.
The real criminal was cocaine.
Okay,
No,
I can
cocaine's
say
fine.
Albert is an accomplice.
It's the late 19th century. It's fine.
Okay, I can't accuse all of them.
Look at how productive they all are.
Anyway, White is an accomplice. That's... Can I... Hold it. If I say not involved... Not involved...
Of course the White is an accomplice. That's the cocaine.
Hamish did it alone.
Please tell me that this is clue style. Hamish in the
Yeah,
room
a little
with
bit.
the pipe.
Okay, it will not let me accuse the sect anymore, unfortunately.
No longer a cult?
Yeah.
Have you bought into their propaganda?
Yeah. Not a cult.
Now I believe they should get tax exemption.
Anyway, she fucking did it.
Okay. Are you going to condemn or absolve her?
Did she do it for fun cult reasons?
Okay, let's see. Martin
Debatable.
Hamish's accomplice.
Read these out.
Her professional ambition and personal situation had been damaged by the breakup with Dunn. Miss White is a dangerous woman, very capable of carrying out an elaborate murder for monetary gain. She flirted with Dunn's son, Albert, and later pushed Martin Hamish to suicide. She deserves the rope.
Oh no!
Or, Miss White is a desperate woman in debt, resigned to consorting with a wealthy gentleman. When Dunn cast her aside, she killed him in desperation. Hamish tried to save her. She deserves a second chance.
All right. Do you want a round table?
She deserves the rope. Oh god.
I think her relationship with her parents makes me think she's a shitty person.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, what would Sherlock Holmes do? And the answer is Sherlock Holmes gives them all the rope.
Mine did.
Because Sherlock Holmes is a shitty person.
Let God sort it out.
Sure. Are you basically confirming Sherlock Holmes? He's a cop.
Yes. Sherlock Holmes is 100% a cop.
He is the original cop without, he's on the edge of the law.
Yeah, this is why Arsène Lupin is better.
He's a loose cannon cop.
That's why...
He's doing cocaine.
Yeah.
But Holmes, how can you be
He was
certain that
he was
we'll find
Dr.
Miss White
House
here?
before Dr. House.
Well, yeah, because Dr. House is literally just Sherlock Holmes, but
I am
medicine.
using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin
the
Hamish,
cocaine pills.
Miss White must act to
Where's
erase
the Grand
all
Green
traces
Mystic?
of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice,
Please don't tell
there
me
is
there's a
one
character called
final
the Grand
trace
Green Mystic.
remaining.
It's my
The
D&D
deadly
character.
plants of
There
the divine
is!
syndicate.
And it's a guy
She
who's
will be
trying to
there.
sell people on
Very
Tai
good.
Chi in 1800s. You're
In
England.
just one moment.
To be fair,
Now
he
listen
got
to me,
Watson.
I
Yeah.
shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself.
Whenever
behind
you're
her.
done solving crimes, I have
Whatever
Eternal
are you
Sonata.
planning?
All right.
Nothing spectacular. The
yeah.
impulses of women.
I think
have
we're at the end
always
of
been
this.
A mystery to me, but she is a bold one, and so we must be
Unending
cautious.
Sonata.
All right, you can count on me, Holmes.
Do I have to stop someone from killing themselves? Or
can
you
only
get to just
hope.
fight a sailor?
Maybe get to punch out the
Mr. Holmes,
cult guy.
good day
Yeah.
to you.
We can
You
only
do
hope.
not seem surprised, Miss White.
So are you
Well,
giving her the
I
rope?
was expecting you.
I'm
Not
going
for
to
too
kill
long, I
you with
believe.
my...
So please tell me, as it is still unclear,
Yes, he
who
did condemn her.
planned the murder?
He's gonna kill her
Was
with
it
facts
you?
and logic.
Yeah.
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was
I
Martin
love his top
Hamish,
hat.
then.
Did you equip the
managed
top
to
hat?
convince him to take on a more
I equipped the
prominent
top
role.
hat.
Okay.
You
Does it
could
give
not be
you like
further
plus
from the
10 to
truth.
reason?
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
You are a
It is
woman.
difficult to care about someone who is
Think you
capable
can
of
fool me?
pushing
I'm
a
Sherlock
man
Holmes.
to his suicide.
He's
It
never
is
been
over,
fooled
Miss
by a
White.
woman.
The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment
You see
were
this
here,
top hat? I will not be
and the next,
hornswoggled.
you were on the
Like
other
Watson
side.
hiding.
The
What?
other side.
Is he gonna jump out and tackle her or what?
I gotta stop her from killing herself.
I beg you
God, let
not
us
to
play
set up.
together all
Miss
over
White.
again.
Don't come any closer.
Oh
Got
my
you a no.
goodness.
Oh. Do not do this, Miss White. Take the rope.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Even
Yeah, that
though I
actually makes this
condemn you
entire
to
sequence
death.
Don't try
so
to stop
fucked
me.
up. Let the state kill you.
You need to let the state
Stop
kill you.
this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
There's only
No,
catharsis
it's
if the
too
state
late.
kills you. You cannot truly want to die.
Whoa!
God, this entire thing would be so much
Well
more
done,
meaningful if you had
Watson.
absolved her.
She was
but
not faking.
Yep.
Miss White, you have no
It's so
right
much
to
better
take
that you
your
The
didn't.
own
government gets to kill you.
Dr. Watson? Did you just say
Life
to me?
ceased to be your own as soon
Or
as you took
worse.
his life.
I did it.
Wild, 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 wild.
It's
You
great.
saved her life so that the government can hang her later. How do you feel?
Yeah. I did it. I got the achievement.
You're impartial.
I'm impartial, apparently.
Where are you going?
All right.
All
There's only
right.
one left.
Is that
Yep.
achievement really called suicide is not an option?
Yes.
Oh, God.
All right. That's case number 5. Only got one
Good job.
left. I'm kind of bummed, but boy, this was a wild one.
A police check.
All right. Gino's gonna play some Eternal Sonata. I'm gonna go get dinner.
Alright,
Yeah.
well, fuck.
See you.
See ya.
Ow.
Bye.
Go on.